And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Wednesday, March 9th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. What a difference a day makes, they say sometimes. Here we are on a Wednesday, a rainy Wednesday. At least it's sprinkling out there. And Bob McDonald is actually here in studio this morning to do the commercial for Cedarstone Bank, Lebanon, Mount Juliet, Donaldson. Simple banking, simply better. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Great to be with you.
And let the record show you came in without a coat today.
Yep, no coat. I told you, March 1, it's spring, no need for that kind of stuff. But you said, well, you thought I would have at least had on my suit jacket. But
well, I was noticing one of the weather people on the television that they were talking about the the weather calendar anyway. Takes March, April, and May as spring. March 1st is spring for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So see,
I did not know that. So I thought, well, Bob is right.
They're copying me, apparently. They've heard us talk about that on the radio, so they've decided to adopt that as their calendar.
Yeah.
Well, today's not very springy, but man, I'll take it. And, we're still in March, and we've had some great weather so far.
Yeah, I bet you enjoyed last week.
Oh, I did. Wasn't that great?
We all did.
What a great start. I'm looking over here to my left on the wall behind you is your Hall of Fame plaque. That was an exciting time, wasn't it?
Yes.
I mean, I remember being here when they came to surprise you, when the lady who's the president of your association, I can't remember her name, Pamela Furr.
Pamela Furr, yes.
Yeah. I remember when she came and surprised you at that announcement, and that was fun. And that was a good several months of celebrations. So,
right. Well, it was.
So still congratulations to you. We were talking off air about how great the Lebanon High School basketball team is doing. Man, they're doing great, aren't they? They've had a great season.
Yeah, and they play again next Wednesday.
Right.
Yeah, I said yesterday. Really, I said it wrong. I meant tonight, but it's next week. I got corrected.
Well, Coach Jim, he's done a great job, and he's just a great man. He and Meredith both. They're terrific people. They got a great family. I remember seeing a picture in their paper a few weeks ago. He had won, I think, his 500th game, or it was some incredible milestone, and they had a picture of he and Meredith and their daughters, and great-looking family.
Yeah, well, his grandfather was a pretty good athlete. His father was a really good athlete.
Yeah, I know.
And he did okay as a basketball player himself.
Yeah, I think he could still play with them. I mean, that guy, he is fit. But congratulations to the coach and to the team, and let's wish them well as they head to Murfreesboro next week.
It'd really be nice to win that thing.
Well, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Well deserved, well earned. So let's pull them through.
What's happening banking wise? We're all concerned a little bit about inflation and the price of gasoline way over $4 a gallon.
Yeah,
now.
Coleman, nobody saw this coming back in November and December when economic plans were being put in place for the new year and businesses were putting their plans in place, and we were having a little bit of inflation. At that time, we still hear about the supply chain issues, and the supply chain issue. It's not so much not being able to get product here as we've heard about. It's really just back during 2000 and part of 2020 and 2021, when the pandemic first set off. Producers were not making as many goods as they were because the demand was down. So inventories got thin. And so when the economy started picking up midway through last year, the inventory wasn't there to handle the demand. So it was really a supply and demand imbalance. And but that started to get more in balance as things moved through. But who saw this Russia-Ukrainian issue coming up, and now the impact on gas prices. Of course, we know everything that we buy in some way is impacted by the price of gas, right? But by the price of oil. And so it's interesting. The Fed is still predicting to raise rates next week at least a quarter of a point, maybe as much as a half. The Fed chairman, Jerome Powell, is recommending a quarter of a percent. Now, 3 weeks ago, they were predicting about 0.5%, but there will be an increase next week. We'll just see if it's a quarter or a half. It's not going to have that much impact on you and me and your listeners, Coleman. I think most folks have already factored that in, and you won't see 0.25% really hit the bottom line. It affects things more psychologically than it does financially.
Well, we always remind people they can get a loan at Cedarstone. That's part of why you're there. You're also there with a free checking account.
Yes, we do have free checking. We're real busy with loans, Coleman. People are still purchasing things. They're buying cars. They're buying houses. They're renovating their homes.
Yeah.
Businesses are buying equipment, and rates are still very low. So we're enjoying helping our customers as they borrow money to enhance either their personal lives or their businesses. And, of course, we're doing our Simply Free Checking, which remains the cornerstone of our bank. Coleman's free checks, free online banking with bill pay. You can use an ATM card anywhere in the world, and it's free. So
Doesn't get any better than that.
Doesn't get any better than that. So for your listeners who don't bank with us, we look forward to the opportunity to talk to them about that.
All right. Well, have a great week, and we'll do it again next week.
Thanks, Coleman. Take care.
All right. Bob McDonald, President, CEO, Cedarstone Bank, Lebanon, Mount Juliet, Donaldson, Simple Banking, Simply Better. We are 10 minutes after the hour, and this is the Wednesday that we feature Cumberland University. Rusty Richardson is here. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
Nice to see you again.
Always a pleasure.
Our monthly get to see each other time.
That's right.
And you have a guest that will be, I'll let you introduce in a moment, but it's spring break time, isn't it?
It's spring break time. It's a wonderful week to be on campus. There's ample parking for everyone. You don't have to fight for a parking space, and we hope the students are enjoying their week off and being safe, and we look forward to their return next week.
Do you have maybe just a few who stay there, who maybe live out of the country or something?
Well, we have international students, and oftentimes they'll travel with other friends and teammates on their spring break, but we're fully engaged in the spring sports schedule. So all the athletes, they don't really get a spring break so much because they've got games going on and tournaments going on, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later on this morning.
Well, I wasn't even thinking of the athletes when I asked that, but of course, you have your schedule and it doesn't shut down for spring break.
It does not slow down a single bit for spring break.
All right, you have a guest this morning. Are you ready to introduce our guest?
I am. It's my pleasure to introduce Miss Caroline Haynes. She is our Alumni Relations Coordinator, and she has been at Cumberland for a long time now. She's been there a whole 3 weeks. So I want to get her out here early in her tenure as the Alumni Relations Coordinator, because she's really the face and the voice that deals with well over 10,000, 15,000 alumni that are out there.
Yeah.
So I want to give her a chance to come on the air and be introduced and find out a little bit more about her.
All right. Well, good morning and welcome to our program.
Good morning. Thank you for having me today.
Well, the big thanks goes to Rusty, right? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am a native of Lebanon. I grew up actually 2 blocks from Cumberland University. So during baseball season, I used to be able to hear Coach Hunt and the team whenever they were doing well. And so, which is pretty much all the time during the seasons. And so it's nice to be able to give back to Cumberland. My mom is an alumni. And so kind of getting to come back home to Lebanon and work in the community is something I'm really looking forward to.
What have you done before the last 3 weeks?
So I graduated from MTSU in December with a degree in agriculture and a minor in secondary education. So I was teaching high school agriculture before I came to Cumberland.
Oh, wow. Well, you still have a love for agriculture?
I do. So I'm in the Farm Bureau, Wilson County, Young Farmers and Ranchers. So I'm actively involved with that. So still having some foots in that door and being able to work within our community as far as agriculture.
Well, what are you going to be doing at Cumberland?
So right now we're planning some events. So we're traveling to Memphis next week with some Cumberland University students to hold an alumni luncheon. So we're really looking forward to that. Former Lebanon native and former mayor of Memphis, Mr. A.C. Wharton is going to be speaking at our event there. So excited to get to meet him. And then we're going to be planning some events here in Lebanon and also in the Nashville community too. We have some really cool ideas that we've got, and we're ready to run with it and get to see some alumni face to face.
What is your primary job description or mission of your responsibility?
I just want to be sure that alumni are staying connected to the university that helped them pave the way to where they're at now, and being able to connect those people and pull our students that are currently on campus and connect them with possible mentors, being able to provide that support and help see where their future can go.
Okay, it's about time for us to take a break. Is it all right with you, Rusty, if we take a break at this time?
Yes, sir. You have my permission.
Well, I think MJ is ready. We'll go to a break. We'll talk more about Cumberland in a moment. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Bates Ford. They've got the best price on battery installed on most vehicles, $134.95. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. We still see that heavy traffic volume trying to get in from Rutherford County on 24 westbound up through the Hickory Hollow area. Moving a wreck 65 northbound near Armory. People were staring at that a few minutes ago. Also putting the final touches on a crash 24 eastbound ramp at Harding Place. Warmer weather, it's waiting on you at Pensacola Beach. Book your next getaway. You'll be glad you did. You deserve a vacation. Log on to PensacolaBeach.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
This is Bob McDonald with Cedar Stone Bank. For 17 years now, we've been serving our communities in Lebanon, Mount Juliet, and Donaldson. We can serve you in the way that best fits your needs. We have all the banking technology, we have beautiful buildings, but more importantly, we have great people. On behalf of our board of directors, I thank you for banking with us. If you don't currently bank with us, please come by and visit us in any of our locations. It would be our pleasure to talk with you about how simple banking is simply better.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The shopping event that's sure to be a cure for spring fever. The Mill at Springtime, Friday, March 18th and Saturday, March 19th. Get a jump on spring shopping at the historic Mill at Lebanon with some of the most in-demand vendors, food trucks, artisans, and boutiques. Friday, line dancing from 5 to 7 p.m. Saturday, get up and move from 11 to 3. And Kids Corner, the Mill at Springtime, Friday, March 18th and Saturday, March 19th. Facebook, Happenings at the Mill.
Coleman and Company here on a Wednesday morning. It is Cumberland Wednesday on Coleman and Company. Rusty Richardson is with us, the Executive Director of Community Relations and External Affairs. You must be in competition to have the longest title.
Well, I could add a few more things on there, but that's good for now.
We have Caroline Haynes, who is the Alumni Relations Coordinator, and again, you just took that position about 3 weeks ago. What's it? You knew a little bit about Cumberland, but what's it been like the 3 weeks? There have got to be a few people that are there that you have met that you weren't acquainted with prior to.
Absolutely. So I got to meet President Stone before I came on at Cumberland, and I've even gotten to go under Memorial Hall on my second day. It was really cool to go down in the basement and see where the horses and the carriages used to park back when the university first opened. So getting able to see kind of those behind the scenes that I wasn't used to before has been a great experience. Working in the Office of Advancement, I couldn't ask for a better set of coworkers. Everyone works together, they collaborate, and they have welcomed me with open arms. So I couldn't ask for anything better.
Well, the Cumberland story has to be told and retold, and the connection with the alumni, the better the relationship there, the more they can do if they can be inspired and pushed a little bit to do it, I guess.
Absolutely.
That's part of your job?
It is. So we have an 1842 society that kind of pulls those alumni in that maybe haven't been back to campus since before that. So Cumberland University was founded in 1842. And so the person that was in the role before me, Courtney Vick, established the society that alumni could be members of. And all you have to do is provide a donation of 1842, and then you're in the society. And so you get some cool things. You get access to the Phoenix Rising magazine, as well as some items from Cumberland University, like a hat that has an 1842 logo on it, and some other things that they get access to that other people don't. So if there's any alumni out there that want to join the 1842 Society, they're more than welcome to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to get them signed up.
Well, what are some other things you want to tell us about this morning?
Well, we do have a date for homecoming. So in October 8th is the date right now. And so we're excited to bring all those people back to campus and celebrate and see what kind of exciting things are going to be set for this fall.
You must have, as we say, hit the ground running 3 weeks ago and probably hadn't let up a lot. You're going strong, it sounds like.
Well, thank you. Just trying to get to know everyone and see what everyone's role is on campus and how I can fit in and help in any way possible.
Well, and the happier you keep the alumni, and the closer they can stay connected to Cumberland, and when you can reach out to them for a little help monetarily, I guess that's all part of the role you're playing.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah. What else we need to talk about, Rusty?
We've got a lot of things.
Has she told everything you meant for her to tell?
She's done a great job. She's certainly an A player for us, so we're just so glad to have her on board. And the alumni that when they have a chance to meet her are just going to fall in love with her from day one. So happy to have her here.
Well, I'll have to say I'm impressed with your enthusiasm, and of course, having already the connection with Cumberland that you have, and being part of the community here, that's got to be, as we'd say, a feather in your cap or a plus for you, right?
Absolutely. Well, I really appreciate being here. It's been so cool. I've heard so many great things of this show and people that have been on it previously. So I'm excited that I can now mark this off my to-do list.
Okay, very good. Well, continue, Rusty.
I mentioned sports earlier. There's several sports announcements to make. The baseball auction, which is an online auction, is still ongoing. That has been extended till March 18th. Because Randy Salas and Woody Hunt keep bringing more items in for the auction. There are now over 90 items up for bid, and they can access that by going to the Cumberland website, going to the athletic website. There are links to that. Some great items on that auction, and that's a fundraiser that's all dedicated this year. All the proceeds will be used to help pay for what Woody Hunt would like to do and put turf down in the infield at the baseball field, which is about a $300,000 price tag. So the auction will help in that regard.
And you mentioned Kenny and Woody, and that's the baseball team, the announcer and the color guy when he makes it up to the press box.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
It is good to have Woody on those broadcasts, though, and I'm sure Kenny appreciates him too.
Also, want to do a shout out to one of our wrestlers who just won the national championship in his weight class in the tournament, 165 pounds. He's actually the 5th national champion we've had in wrestling at Cumberland. So when people think of national championships, they often think about Woody Hunt and baseball because it's won 3. But we've had 5 students that have won national championships in wrestling. There are actually 4 individual wrestlers. One wrestler won it 2 years in a row. But his name is Cole Smith, and in that he just did that. He was down in the match and came back and pinned his opponent, and now is the national champion. So certainly want to congratulate Cole Smith on his victory. The men's basketball team, I'm glad they're not playing the Lebanon High School team because it could be a good match. But actually our men have done really well this year, and they've received an at-large bid to the National Basketball Tournament for NAIA as well. So they'll be traveling next week to that tournament, and we certainly wish them well. We have a number of other upcoming events that are not sports related. Phoenix Ball that we talk about frequently on the show. We have to tell people it is completely sold out now. So we've started already. So we've started a waiting list. If any of your listeners don't have their tickets yet, just have them call me or email me, and I can put them on the wait list. And we do always have some tickets that open up. But all 450 seats as of right now are sold out. So.
Well, that's phenomenal, really. But what you're saying here, for whatever reason, every once in a while there's somebody that some unforeseen circumstance prevents them from being able to go, so their ticket becomes available.
Yes, that's correct. Oftentimes there'll be a family event, a wedding gets planned that they didn't know was being planned yet, and those type things. Or it could be illness or just travel out of town. But so we do encourage people to contact me to go on that waiting list.
So yeah, if you didn't get one, at least get on a waiting list, and it might become available. Might.
Yes. The first people on the list, I'm sure we'll be able to take care of.
Yeah.
As they get further down the list, I'm not so sure. 1 week after the Phoenix Ball, we've got Symphony on the Lawn, which is back after a 2-year hiatus because of COVID. That's when the National Symphony comes and plays an outdoor concert there on Memorial Lawn. It's free and open to the public, and we are so excited to have them back after that 2-year break. This would have been I think this is the 31st or 32nd year they've played, and the only years they've missed have been because of COVID.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's an event a lot of people look forward to, and the fact that it's free makes it even better. Really.
Absolutely. The other big thing, we've got other big things coming up, but one of the big ones is we're doing our second annual Camp Fame, which is a 1-week-long arts camp for students in Wilson County, whether they go to public schools or private schools, whether they're homeschooled. Any student between the second grade and high school seniors are eligible to apply and come to this arts camp. FAME stands for Fine Arts Matter in Education. Last year was the first year we did that. We had about 175 students from every school in Wilson County represented. And this year we're expanding it to, we think we'll have about 350 students. It is a day camp, it's not an overnight camp, but that registration is now open. And just like Phoenix Ball, if your listeners have kids in that age group, don't hesitate to go on the website, pull up Camp Fame, and get them registered, because registration is open until April 8th. By that point, we think it'll be full. And the dates of that camp are June 20 through 25th.
Is that actually 6 days?
I'm sorry?
6 days?
Well, it's 5 days of the camp, and the 6th day is actually the showcase where they show off all their work. They do a band concert.
Okay.
And there are 5 really mini camps in that. They do fine art, they do theater, dance, band, and we added a choral component this year, so they'll have chorus as well.
Well, if nothing else, in addition to what they get out of that, they get exposed a little bit to Cumberland University, your beautiful campus there, and no doubt some of them, out of that many people, some of them are going to be future students at Cumberland.
Well, in this type of work, you have to think long term, and even those second graders are going to go to college, many of them someday, so that we plant the seed now.
Yeah.
And we experienced last year students that knew about Cumberland, but the juniors and seniors that thought, well, I really hadn't considered that. And now many of those are students on our campus. So it certainly got some long-range benefits for Cumberland involved in that as well.
Yeah, plus the event in itself sounds like a great thing for those who are so inclined.
Absolutely. And especially coming out of this COVID era the last couple of years, where they've been in school, they've been out of school, they've been virtual, they've really missed a lot of our opportunities to really get much instruction in the arts. So it's a great way to help them catch up, to have some great experiences. There is a fee for students to apply to that camp or to come to the camp, but the fee is only $35 per student. That covers 5 lunches, a t-shirt, a backpack, and all the materials, helps us pay for all the instructors. It's just a great opportunity, and we are so excited to be able to offer that to the community. And again, we get people from every school in Wilson County.
Yeah, that's great.
So it's just a wonderful, wonderful event. And then thank certainly Mitchell Van Treese and Reinschel, because they are really the co-chairs, the co-directors of that camp. And we couldn't do it without them.
You got a couple other things I think you want to mention here before we go.
We do. After we get through the hectic month of June with Phoenix Ball, Symphony on the Lawn, and Camp Fame, then we get into July and we get a little bit of a breather there. We do have the annual Patrons Party, which is tied to the Phoenix Ball. That'll be hosted again by Denise and Lynette Moore. And the date of that is July 16th. There are still plenty of tickets available for that. And people want tickets for that, just go to phoenixball.com and they can buy those tickets on that same website. So Denise and Lynette always do such a wonderful job with that party. Their beautiful home, they're up on the hill and back by the pool. They just do a great job, and we can't thank them enough, because this is actually the third year they've hosted that event. They said after this year they're going to take a break. So if you haven't been to that event yet, this is the year to do it. So,
All right. Is that it?
Well, I can always talk more about things at Cumberland University.
Well, we're in our final minute here, but quite a bit to talk about this morning.
There's a lot to talk about, a lot going on, and literally now we're only 6 weeks away from graduation.
Oh, boy.
Hard to believe.
Well, Caroline Haynes, Alumni Relations Coordinator, it's nice to have you with us this morning to get to know a little bit about you, and I'm sure that Rusty will bring you back in time to come, but thanks for being with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
All right. And Rusty, it's been an interesting 20 minutes or so here this morning, and we look forward to it every month, so we will see you in April.
Sounds good.
All
and we
right.
can talk more about gardening.
Well, maybe. Okay, it'll be gardening time by then, right. Well, that is part one of Coleman and Company. We hope you'll keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Absolute Kubota. They have Red Max, complete inventory, weed eaters, blowers, hedge trimmers for the commercial user and homeowner with up to a 4-year warranty. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. I'm looking at this crash. They're trying to move it over to the side south of town on 65 going northbound at Armory. You got all that traffic trying to get up from Brentwood, Williamson County up through here. They're just staring at it right now. That's causing that extra delay on 65 northbound again at Armory. Traffic's building pretty good on I-40 as you come in from Hickman County through Dixon County with tons of radar around 840. Warmer weather is waiting on you at Pensacola Beach. Book your next getaway. PensacolaBeach.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
The 34th Annual Tennessee Beef Agribition returns to the James E. Ward Ag Center in Lebanon, March 11th through the 13th. Friday, they will feature the Breed Show. Then Saturday at 10 a.m., selling Simmental, Hereford, Shorthorn, and Angus cattle. The 2022 Agribition will feature one of the largest trade shows in the Southeast. Open Friday and Saturday from 9 to 5 with Western attire, jewelry and decor, agricultural products, services, and equipment. That's March 11th through the 13th at the James E. Ward Agricultural Center in Lebanon.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on a compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medora Parkway across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
Today, temperatures will climb into the upper 50s under a mix of sun and clouds. On Thursday, skies will be mostly sunny with highs in the mid-60s. So it'll be a great day to spend time outdoors on Thursday. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. Let's look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist T.J. Scott.
We have was out. Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. Welcome to part 2 here on a Wednesday morning. Philip Atherley's here, and we're already talking about what a great week he had last week at Absolute Rental and Supply. And this week it's probably not going to be as great, but you make hay while the sun's shining, right?
That's right. That's right. We had a good stretch of weather last week. It was warm. It's somewhat dry, and so everything we had was really busy.
Well, we'll remind everybody that Philip, of course, is at Absolute Rental and Supply, which is at 1325 West Main in Lebanon. And that phone number there, 615-443-RENT. We just encourage you to go to their website, absoluterental.com, see anything you might want, check it out, the price and otherwise, and then you call that number, 443-RENT, and make a reservation. And it's better to do it that way. Now, if you got to have it today and it's available today, that's okay. But it's not always available today.
That's right. Like I say, there's so many things that are kind of seasonal or time sensitive type deal. So if you have a plan coming up, a project coming up, and you have time to plan, just go ahead and give us a call. We're glad to make a reservation. There's no cancellation fee or anything like that. We do ask you, if you can call 24 hours before you have to cancel, that's great. But It just makes it so much easier and convenient, and we're getting the product, getting the piece of equipment when you need it.
Well, I think you do your best to work with people and get anything available if at all possible, and you hope that they will respond to if they need to cancel or whatever. Communication is of the essence to make everybody happy and make things work better.
It really is.
Well, you got any new gadgets down there you want to talk about?
No, I can't think of any new equipment right off the bat. We've got some new stuff in over the spring, but nothing, maybe a replacement type situation, not like a totally new product and all. I did think of something the other day that I thought I've not mentioned on the radio station is we do delivery with our equipment a lot of times, but we also deliver product as well, bulk product as well. A lot of times I deliver some mulch to a guy the other day. We have a dump truck, a 1-ton truck with a dump bed on it. So if someone needs gravel, mulch, or even the pine straw is a big thing, we do a lot of delivery of that. We'll deliver that as well. It's inconvenient for a lot of people, and with the dump truck, it's just so convenient to just load of mulch, go back it to the spot they need it, and then all of a sudden they just kind of work it around their house as they need it. So that's something I don't think I've mentioned on the radio, but we do deliver a lot of our products and our bulk products especially.
Well, I don't know with the cooler weather here if anybody will need some heaters, but those portable heaters or anything to keep you warm, you've got plenty of them if somebody needs it. And the weather doesn't look too good for this weekend.
Exactly. It's so funny you say that because just like last Saturday, I told one of our guys, I said, let's get those fans down and put the heaters up. He said, well, it's supposed to get cold next weekend. So I said, okay, we'll just leave them for another week. And I'm glad we did. I'm glad we did. Exactly.
Well, if you need them, they're available. And again, absoluterental.com and call 615-443-RENT. And if you've got any questions, and I guess people do have questions from time to time about something. They wonder maybe even what size equipment. You've got some things that small jobs maybe don't require as big a piece of equipment of the same type of thing you're going to do. And we're talking about a lot of different things, but especially in excavation and that sort of thing.
We really do. We try to have, we're the small landscaper or a big item of ours. You're talking about new items is new to the industry in the last 3 to 4 years is probably what they call a mini skid steer. And it's a stand-on skid steer type deal. It's like 32 inches wide. So you can fit through a gate. And those things have been popular. We have 3 of those now, and they go in and out all the time. But, there again, a lot of people need to get product in and out of their backyard with a small gate or a tight area. Then we've got that small unit that can help you do it. It beats the heck out of a wheelbarrow, I can tell you that.
And the thing about it is, it's okay to ask questions. You want them to ask questions because they better ask questions. You're going to ask questions.
Exactly. That's true. Yeah, we ask a lot of questions. I know it seems to be irritating to customers at sometimes, but again, we're just wanting to make sure that they get the best job done and our equipment's taken care of.
Well, you've really got great intentions here, and that's all it is good intentions because you want your equipment taken care of. You want to make sure they know how to use it and not tear it up. You also, and they do too, want to do a good job. They need to sometimes have a little info drilled in you so you don't make a mistake. You do a good job.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you think of this morning?
No, we're good. It's raining. I wish it wasn't, but that's what we got dealt today.
Well, after this weekend, it won't be long till spring. Oh, something else happening this weekend?
What's that?
We set our clocks forward.
Okay. Well, that's very important at Absolute Rental. We're open from 7 to 5 right now. When the daylight savings times kicks in, we'll be open from 7 to 6,
like
Monday through Friday. Yep.
All right.
Next
okay.
Monday.
Well, thanks a lot, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
All right, thank you.
Philip Adley, Absolute Rental and Supply, 1325 West Main, the phone number 615-443-RENT. We're about 22 and a half before the hour here on a Wednesday morning, and I have asked Karen Rudzinski, Wilson County Community Health Center, to come and be my guest this morning, and she's here with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
And you've got something special to talk about today, I know. You've got somebody that you brought with you today, so we've got plenty to talk about and stay busy till 8 o'clock, I'm sure. And how are you, by the way?
Good. I'm doing well.
Yeah.
I've been at the center for a year now.
What was it, February last year?
February of last year. You're exactly right. Yeah, good memory.
Well, I don't think it was long you'd been there till we had you out here, and you've been here 2 or 3 times.
That's right.
If I were going to guess, I would say this is the 4th time you've been on, but I'm really not counting.
I think you're right. That's about right.
But you took over, and anybody who takes over usually makes a few changes, and I guess you've done that. But it seems to me that the Wilson County Community Health Center is alive and well, and I think you had a pretty good year. The last 12 months have been pretty good.
We did. We had a really good year. We were able to help a lot of people in the community. Just to give you an example, I brought some numbers with me from last year, and we were able to provide like 40,000 clothing items to the community, over 50,000 in utility assistance, and 505 cases of insure.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people in the community have been pretty good, have stepped up, have been doing this for years, really, and as they have things that they don't need that still have some good use in them, can bring them, let somebody else have them. That's part of what you're
Absolutely.
all about.
Yes, we have the thrift store, which helps us to fund the assistance that we provide. But yes, with the thrift store, we have just been amazed at the community and coming out and donating household items, clothing, furniture, so many different items to us. It's wonderful.
But then there's the monetary assistance that people need too. And what was the figure you said? You said 50,000?
Over $50,000 in utility assistance last year.
That's just for one thing.
Yeah, that's just in utility assistance.
Electricity.
And we're tracking to be ahead of that this year already. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, I know you got the Ducky Derby to talk about. You want to do that now? You've got a guest here that you want to introduce?
Yes, I want to introduce Renee Hunt. She is our board president, and she's going to tell you a little bit about Ducky Derby.
Oh, okay. Well, Renee, good morning and welcome to our program.
Good morning.
How are you?
Great on a rainy day.
How long have you been affiliated with the Wilson County Community Health Center?
Well, I've actually been on the board. This is my 2nd year, and I'm president this year. I took over for Tim Leeper.
Okay.
And I've been actually involved in other ways with donations and going to buying the ducks every year and that kind of thing. But it's been really eye-opening to be on this side of it. It's because it's more than the thrift store. A lot of people just think of it as the thrift store on East High Street, when actually it is people call that the boutique because they come all the time. Everything's coming out. But we do so much more, and the Ducky Derby is our largest fundraiser and helps us fund all of our programs through the year. And this is our 2nd annual Ducky Derby event. Say that 3 times. Where we actually have a derby party and choose the ducks from a pool. And we have a guest duck plucker that we blindfold, and then we get him to pluck the ducks out of the pool.
How about that?
It is a he this year. I want to keep it a secret, but everybody knows him.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, You changed your method of doing this. In fact, I think at one time, weren't the ducks dumped into the Cumberland River and went down a ways, and which one ever got to the finish line first?
They were dumped into the Cumberland River, and they held a rope up.
Yeah.
And the first 3 past the rope got a prize, and the last duck got a prize. Yeah. My husband won the last prize a couple of times. But I think we had a local, C.K. Smith would actually be the judge of the line. And so it's really turned into an event that everybody looks forward to, and everybody's asking us. Tickets are on sale for the event on the website, along with ducks. Ducks are on sale too.
Oh, okay.
They're $10. And every duck is a chance to win. You get 20% of the intake. So if we sell all 5,000 ducks, you could win $10,000. So everybody needs to go on the website and buy as many ducks as they can. And
Well, even though you have changed it a little bit and you've made a party out of it, which I guess is even more enticing for some people, it's your fundraiser, and however you can do that and come up with several $1,000s. I don't know what your goal is, but you do pretty well with this, right?
We do, because we have been able to. Wilson County is a very giving community, and we have been able to, with private donations, we have silent auction items, we have live auction items. You never know what you're going to end up being able to bid on, and people donate their time and their money and their goods for these kinds of things. And it's turned into, it's just heartwarming to see how much we get. And last year, we grossed before expenses $75,000, and that was about $60,000 more than we usually do.
Yeah.
Because of the party and everything. So it's turned into very successful.
Well, the Community Help Center is a lot of things, a lot of people. I mean, for some of us, it's a place to take some of our household goods that we're through with that have some use, and that's, I'll be honest, that's mainly what I do, and I usually buy a couple of ducks for your derby, and I'll do that again this year. That'll be what, $20?
$20. Every dollar counts.
Right. But then you've got some people who go there to the thrift store, and other people go there for help and for various things, even like the utility bills that Karen, that you were mentioning. So it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, I think. But another thing that it has done, we'll go to a break here after I say this, but I remember probably when it got started so many years ago, and it's changed a little bit over the years, but the idea was people were going from one church to another, and sometimes we're taking advantage of the system and so on. And some of the churches came together, I think, and helped get this started, where you sort of had, in a sense, a clearinghouse maybe. You had an opportunity for, when they come to your church and ask for a donation, well, go over here to the help center. That's what it's for. And that part of it probably hadn't changed a lot.
Right. That hasn't changed at all. We do have a lot of churches who support us financially as well, because we're able to vet people when they actually come in. So they would rather send them to us than help them financially.
But you do help a lot of people, as you just indicated in the beginning. And with that, we will take a break, and we got more to talk about with Karen Rudzinski and Renee Hunt here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, that regular oil change, $28.95 up to 5 quarts oil, tax and disposal, $16.73 West Main. Now in traffic, let's check in with Chuck.
Well, still staring at that wreck as they drive by on 65 northbound at Armory. You just got all that traffic coming up from Williamson County, trying to get up through there on 65 northbound. Again, it's just a lot of rubbernecking. Yes, it's heavy on 40 East coming in to West Nashville. They're up by 46th Avenue. Just give yourself extra time. It's slow through the Bellevue area on 40 going eastbound. Warmer weather's waiting on you at Pensacola Beach. Book your next getaway. It's easy. Log on to PensacolaBeach.com. I'm Commander Chuck, your on-time traffic.
What is your passion? How can you use that passion to enrich your community? Hi, this is Melanie Minter, President and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. Your chamber is the resource for making connections to fulfill your passion. Whether education, nonprofit, agriculture, entertainment, or government relations, Wilson County offers a place for you to be involved. Your chamber connects businesses, individuals, and your passion to the community. We have an enthusiasm for excellence. Join us and catch the spirit. Call or visit our office at 149 Public Square in Lebanon.
This is Philip Etherly with Absolute Rental and Supply. Whether it's cleaning, painting, remodeling, or simply getting better organized, we have the tools and equipment to get the job done. Scaffolding, paint sprayers, ladders, power saws, portable heaters, temporary lighting, generators, hardwood floor staplers, from wallpaper steamers to bulldozers, Absolute Rental has what you need. Call 615-443-RENT. Absolute Rental and Supply. We have what you need.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us, and my thanks to Karen Rudzinski and Renee Hunt to be here this morning to talk about the Wilson County Community Help Center and the Ducky Derby. And I guess that's the big thing and the real reason you're here, and we've talked some about it, but the date for that again is what?
May 7th.
Well, I'll be here before you know it.
Yes, it will.
Well, that's less than 2 months.
It is.
And how does one now? What I'm going to do when you leave here this morning, I'm going to hand you a $20 bill. That's the way I'm planning to do it. But can you do this online or?
Yes.
Okay.
Right now, our tickets are on sale online for the event and for ducks.
Mm-hmm.
So you can buy ducks online. We are going to print up a few tickets because some people do like getting that hard copy duck ticket with your number on it. So we are printing up specific numbers for those as well. We are waiting to get our sponsorships finalized because the Triple Crown sponsors, which is the highest level sponsorship, get their logo on the hard copy ticket. So we're going to wrap that up this week and get the tickets printed and get those out next week.
Let me ask you this, just wondering here, how long and what got you involved with this organization?
Actually, my friend Tim Leeper got me more involved with the board instead of just dropping by to drop things off or donate money or buy ducks myself, which I've done every year. And he said, I know you love the organization. I think you would really like to serve on the board. And someone was vacating their position early because they were moving or had other responsibilities. And I came in mid-year, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago now. And it's been very eye-opening. It's very rewarding. And I would encourage anyone, if you ever get the chance, to be directly involved, either on the board or with volunteering, do so, because it's truly eye-opening to what not only the needs of our community, but what our community is willing to give. And I think we live in a very giving and heartfelt community in that way.
Well, Karen, I believe your title is director, and the board hired you, so you answer to them, and
Renee is my boss.
Oh no!
Hopefully, it's well, I'm sure it is. You work together. You want to please them, but as director, there's certain responsibilities that you have, and to keep on keeping on and to make things even better if you can.
Yes, we have 14 staff other than myself at the center, and we have probably over 200 volunteers throughout the year.
What's your biggest need right now? Or you in pretty good shape?
Well, obviously, right now we are looking for sponsors to finalize for Ducky Derby. We have 2 Triple Crown sponsors on board right now: Tim Leeper Roofing and Suncrest Real Estate and Land. So we're hoping to add maybe a couple more to the ticket before the end this week. But right now, actually, within the center, as far as donations are concerned, we really need more furniture. Our furniture takes a little bit longer to turn over for some reason, and I'm not sure exactly why. Our household items and our clothing items go really quick, but furniture is something that just takes a little bit more time to actually turn over. But so we end up with a lot of the same inventory, and when people come into the thrift store on a regular basis, they want to see something new. So we have people who come in 2 or 3 times a day just to see what we've put out, because we're putting items out all day long.
Well, when I've been by there, you usually have a lot of people donating all day long, too.
Absolutely.
I wonder sometimes where you put it all, and you must be pretty good at finding a place for everything and getting everything in its place.
We try to process everything as soon as it comes in. The only thing that we get backed up on usually is clothing. We get so many items of clothing. And right now, speaking of clothing, we are about to change out for the season. So our spring and summer clothing will actually be out. We're changing it out on Friday. You'll be able to purchase it starting Saturday.
Well, another good thing, what I like about this and have from the very beginning is that this is a total local thing. I mean, none of the proceeds go to New York or Kalamazoo or whatever. It's a nonprofit that's right here to benefit our community, and has, I think, been that way all from the very beginning.
For
as far
over
as I know.
30 years,
Yeah.
yes, definitely. And we just recently received a very nice award from Lebanon Wilson County Chamber as we were named the Nonprofit of Excellence.
I am glad you mentioned that because I'd forgotten it had so many winners that night, and I think you're probably maybe the fifth or sixth that we've had here on the program that were actually winners at the Chamber of Commerce Awards banquet that night. So congratulations! Somebody's noticed you're doing a good job.
Yes, we definitely appreciate the recognition, and it gives us that much more to live up to this next year in 2022. So,
Well, we're always going to have the poor with us. There's always going to be somebody that needs a hand up, and I no doubt this organization has helped a lot of people for I'm guessing 25 or 30 years, maybe longer than that.
Yes.
And I take it the need's going to be there for the future, and you're no doubt preparing for that.
yes, we are preparing to be here for a long time, and we have really tried to work within our programs. We've expanded some programs. We've actually alleviated what we consider some boundaries for those programs as well, to open it up for more assistance this year.
Our Programs and Assistance Committee is actually, this is our year we're going to review all of our programs, enhance the ones that need to be taken a step further, and those that may not be needed anymore, we can then reroute those funds into something that is needed more. So we're always trying to improve what we're doing.
Well, again, I guess you can always use volunteers.
Yes.
And because of volunteers, it's probably allowed you to maybe expand hours or be more available. If you didn't have those volunteers, if you had to pay for somebody for what they do, you would need more monetary resources or cut back one. I suppose.
Yes, we really do depend on volunteers. We have volunteers there every day helping either just within the center. I mean, it could be something as simple as we have someone who comes in and actually goes through books for us, and then makes sure that the books are situated nice on the shelf. Our books are really reasonable. They're 10 cents each. So it's, but we do have a lot of books that get donated to us. And without those volunteers, we really wouldn't get those out during the day because we would be focusing on other items to get processed.
We talked about clothing earlier. Do you have a lot of people turn in children's clothes? I mean, do children benefit as much as adults from the help center?
Yes, definitely. We help families. When they come in, if one person comes in, we ask them specifically for everyone that's in their household. So if they're looking to get clothing or food, we can provide up to that number that they actually have in the household. All you need is a photo ID, a proof of Wilson County residency, and then we ask that you have the social security cards for each person in the family, just so that we can monitor that. But beyond that, then we provide for the entire family.
But you do have some items for sale, like you mentioned those books, but you have other things that you said sometimes people come in 2 or 3 times a day to see what's new, and they're coming in to buy, right?
They're coming in to buy. I try to post on a regular basis items that we have, new items that come in throughout the day. That's been very successful. It's kind of funny. We had somebody call yesterday, hey, I saw this bed. What size is it? Whatnot. And so I try to provide as much information as I can. And we don't really, people want us to hold the items, and we can't actually hold the items for you, and we don't take payment over the phone. But we can let you know whether those items are still there or not.
Right. Well, I guess we better get back to the main purpose for being here this morning and talk a little bit, remind people who might have joined us late about the Ducky Derby. And Renee Hunt, you can do this again, and we got about 2 minutes.
Go to our website at wilsoncountycommunityhelpcenter.org or wilsoncountyhelpcenter.org and buy your ducks today. We will have hard copy tickets out in the next couple of weeks for those that don't have access to the internet.
And how many are you going to have? How many ducks?
There's 5,000 ducks.
5,000. So you hope to sell all of those.
Right.
$10 a piece.
$10 a piece.
Yeah, so that's-
And event tickets, there's only 150 of those, and they're $50 a piece.
All right. 150 event tickets.
Right.
And what's the date for this again?
May 7th,
All right, that's a Saturday.
Saturday evening.
And what time is?
Gates open at 5 o'clock.
All right.
Ducks will probably be plucked at around 7 is when we try to do that.
And you've got somebody that we've all heard of. If we don't know him, I guess it's okay to say him.
Yes.
It's going to be the duck plucker.
Yes, he's going to be our guest duck plucker.
I know you're looking.
He's a
for,
big personality
All right.
in more ways than one.
Okay, but if you can do nothing else, you can purchase a duck for $10.
Right,
Most
absolutely.
people got $10 they can do and shell out. Of course, when you get those all sold, they're gone. But that's a good number to sell, and if you do that. That will be a big success, getting those done, and then of course the selling out the tickets to the event on that evening.
And the event will have a derby hat contest as well with monetary value.
Okay, well, you can Karen, you can wrap it up for us here, if you will. We appreciate you being here, and anything you want to say as we close out this morning.
Well, if you don't know where we're located, we're at 203 West High Street, or right off the bypass. And we are open from 9 to 5, Monday through Saturday for the thrift store. If you need help and you need to come in for the help desk, it's open from 9 until 3 every Monday through Friday.
Very good. Well, thank you all for being here today. Renee, good to see you, and we wish you well in this endeavor. And Karen, just keep on keeping on. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
That is it for a Wednesday. Hope you'll join us tomorrow. Till then, I wish you a wonderful day.